Hiya, I'm Maria. Welcome to Firefly Yoga. So today we are going to be doing a lovely beginner's yoga practice. So if you've never done yoga before, then this is the perfect class for you. It's going to be nice and slow. We're going to keep it easy. So why don't we start by finding a nice comfortable spot. If you've got a mat, then that's perfect, otherwise you can just use a towel. I'm going to be sitting up on a yoga block. If you haven't got a yoga block, you can use a cushion. So we are going to start by practicing the 3-part breath, or the yogic breath. So you can do this laying down in Savasana. Savasana is just where you lay down on your mat. However, as this is a beginner's class, we'll do this sitting in a meditation posture. So this way I can explain to you what we're doing. So I'm going to sit on this block. As I say, you can sit on a cushion. So when you sit on your block or cushion, this helps your spine stay nice and long. I like to sit with my legs crossed, but again, if you find this tricky, then you can just sit on your cushion or your block just like this, straddling it, or you can just sit up against a wall, or put yourself on a couple of blankets so you're sitting up nice and tall. However you feel comfortable. Yoga is always about comfort. So I'm going to sit cross-legged, and we are going to practice this 3-part breath. Now, when we're practicing yoga and you're in a posture, if you take a nice long deep breath in through your nose, and then as you exhale very slowly, you're able to come into that posture more. So this is why I wanted to practice this breath with you. So when we breathe, we only use the top half of our lungs. We never use our full capacity of our lung. We tend to use little shallow breaths. So what we're going to do is I just want you to place your hands on your tummy, and I want you to notice as you're breathing. As you breathe in through your nose, I want you to notice your tummy, so it's expanding like a big balloon. So let's just practice that. Put your hands on your tummy. Now let's breathe in through the nose. And can you feel your tummy expanding? Okay, so now I want you to bring your hands up to your ribs. So we're going to try and isolate. So I want you to expand your tummy and then feel it in your ribs. So let's try that. So our hands are on our ribs, we're going to breathe in. And you just feel the ribs expanding out. So your tummy is coming up like a football, like a balloon. That then expands your ribs. So now let's put our hands up here, just sort of fingertips on the collarbone, so just above the chest. And now I just want you to breathe shallow, like you would normally. So this is an easy breath to do, and you'll find tiny little breaths in and out. Just normal breathing, and you'll notice that, we're barely taking in any oxygen at all when we're just breathing normally. The tummy's hardly rising, and the ribs are barely moving. So this is what I want you to do, the 3-part breath. So we extend the tummy, the rib cage opens, and then we oxygenate all the lung right from the top to the bottom. So this is what we're doing. We're tummy's coming up, chest is expanding all the way up under the collarbone, the full yogic breath. Okay, so let's take one hand and place that just below our belly button. So that way, as we breathe in, we'll feel the tummy expand, and we'll also put our hand on the top of our chest. So now we're going to take 3 long deep breaths in and 3 long deep breaths out. So ever so slow, expanding the tummy, expanding the chest, all the way up under the collarbone. Okay, so that's the full yogic breath, the 3-part breath. So let's do that together. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, let's inhale through the nose. And exhale slowly. Let's do that again, expanding all 3 parts. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Close your eyes if it feels nice. Shall we do that once more? Let's inhale again. Lovely. So how did that feel? So when we do the yogic breath, sometimes we do it when we're laying down in Savasana. This is Savasana, so you're laying down on your mat, your hands are at the side of the body with your palms facing up, and your feet are hip distance apart. The feet's just dropping out to the side. And to practice this breath laying down, you just do the same thing. Your eyes are closed, you inhale, tummy expands like a big balloon, your chest and rib cage open, and you kind of feel the oxygen, the air, coming right up into your chest, and it feels like your collarbones are lifting, and then you exhale very slowly all the way down. You inhale again, tummy raises like a big balloon, chest expands all the way up under the collarbone and all the way back down. And that is what we call the yogic breath. So you'll find sometimes in my classes we'll start by laying down and we'll practice this yogic breath, this 3-part breath. It's quite simple once you understand it. So you'll fill in the lungs from the bottom to the top, and then obviously you're exhaling. So the 3-part breath, it works on the parasympathetic nervous system, and that is the part of the nervous system that calms us down. It's a lovely breath. It's great for massaging our internal organs, and it brings fresh oxygen to every single part of the body. So what a fantastic way to start the day. So guys, we are now going to start our beginners yoga practice. So I'm going to put my block up there, and we are going to come to our mats or our towels. I must grab my hair clip, pull my hair back. So you're on your mat, you're facing me. I am going to be changing ends of my mat, and this is simply because I'm showing you. I'm going to start with our right leg, then I'll change sides, and then I'll do the left leg. So that way you can see what I'm doing. So let's come to the top of the mat. Your feet can be slightly open, so feet under hips. Your hands are at the side of the body with your palms facing forward. And we're simply going to do that lovely inhale through the nose, filling all of the lung. Inhaling the arms up, and then exhaling the arms down, bending the knees, coming all the way down to the mat. You can bend your knees as much as possible. Bring that right leg back, knees down, toes down. Look at the alignment here. The knee is over the ankle, okay? So you're here. If you can't get your hands on the mat, that's fine. You can just stay up on your fingertips. So we're going to come back into a box position now. So hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips, and now we're going to walk ourselves down to the mat. So we're coming down with the right, down with the left, all the way down to the mat. Bringing the hands side of the chest. Inhale. You come a tiny bit off the mat. Exhale, back down to the mat. Now push yourself up. Inhale, push yourself up. Back into that box position. So we're coming back into a down facing dog. So you can come up into a half down facing dog. So tuck your toes. Come back, pushing back. So either your knees are bent, or if you can, try and work your heels to the mat. You can move around here, get your comfortable position. Okay, this is a down facing dog. Now we're going to take the knees back down to the mat. We can hold that right leg and we can help it through, bringing the left leg through. Inhale and you come all the way up. That is a one sun salutation. So stay where you are. I'm going to show you the left leg. So feet are slightly open, hands to the side of the body, engaging your abs, engaging your legs. Inhale, exhale, bending the knees, left leg back, knee down, toes down. Bring that right leg back, you're into that nice box position. Walk the hands down to the mat. Bring the hands to the side of the chest. Inhale, exhale, back down to the mat. Inhale, come back up to that box position. Help that leg through if you need to. Bring the left leg through, right leg through. Inhale, all the way up. Hands into prayer. So that is one round of a sun salutation. So let's do that once more. Sun salutations we always do to warm up. Let me just straighten out my mat because it tends to move on the carpet. So we're doing the right leg again. So your feet are under your hips, hands are at the side of the body. Inhale, taking your arms up. Exhale, coming down to the mat. Right leg comes back. Left leg comes back, you're in a box position. You're going to walk the hands down to the mat. Hands at the side of the chest. Inhale. Come up, this is baby cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale, back up into your box. Coming back into the down facing dog. So tucking your toes, either with your knees bent or the legs are straight. Again, find that comfortable position, you can move. Bringing the hands, bringing the knees back down. Look at your hands. Are they fully engaged with the mat? So your hands are kind of spread out a bit. You need a good base. Making sure your thumb's engaged with the mat. Equally your little finger as well. So we're going to help that right leg through. Bring the right leg. Bring the left leg. Inhale. Coming all the way up. So let's do one more. Left side. That will be 2 sun salutations, 2 rounds. Feet are slightly apart. We're inhaling up. We're exhaling down, bending the knees. Bringing the left leg back. Bringing the right leg back. Remember the hands, are they engaged with the mat? Left arm down, right arm down. Hands at the side of the chest. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale back down. Inhale back into your box position. Tuck in the toes. Remember the hands, are they fully engaged with the mat? Come back into your half down facing dog. Or if your legs are straight, down facing dog. Knees back down to the mat. Help that left leg through. Bringing the right through. Inhale. Coming all the way up. Hands into your heart center, into prayer. Okay, so let's do some asanas, some postures. So we're going to start with the warriors, okay? So you are mirroring me, so I want you to take back your right leg, okay? And now both feet are facing forward to the mat. The back one is slightly open, so you're bending in that front leg. You're bringing your arms up, holding it here. Okay, if you're finding that having your arms up is too much, you could always bring your arms out in front here. So we need to make sure that the knee is over the ankle. Okay, you don't want your knee over your toes. You're trying to keep this leg nice and strong without the knee buckling in, and the outside of the foot should be connected to the mat. So let's just hold it here. This is lovely. So you're working your inside thighs, your knees and your ankles. Obviously your shoulders are working here. This is nice. So we're going to come off of the pose, and I think we'll just change legs. So come to the front of the mat and just change legs, okay? That's a nice easy way to do it. So again, make sure this knee isn't going over your toes. Your knee and your ankle are aligned. Your back foot is turning to the front of the mat. It's got a slight angle, so let me just show you. So you're here. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see my heel from there. Do it here. So my front foot's coming forward. The back one, it's kind of turning out just a tiny little bit, okay? So bring your arms up. Again, if it's too much, you can have your hands out in front. And then we'll come back to the front of the mat. All right? So let's do a warrior 2. That was warrior 1. Warrior 2 is slightly different. So I'm coming to the side, come to the side of your mat, and your feet are pointing forward. Let's take our right foot to the side, okay? So open your feet to slightly wider than shoulder distance. So your right foot is pointing to the front edge of your mat now. And the back foot has stayed exactly the same. It's just coming to the front edge of the mat. Bring your arms up. And now you just bend the knee. So it's a different feel to this warrior 2. Your hips, instead of facing to the front of the mat, they've stayed to the side of the mat. You're just going to hold it here. If it's too much for your arms, you can just put your arms down. And then straighten that front leg. Turn your toes back to the front of the mat. And now we're going to take that left foot out to the side. So the right one hasn't changed. So the left one is coming out. Bring your arms up. Keeping your hips forward. And just bend that knee. Okay? If you look down and you think my knee's going over my toe, you need to widen your distance. So it's all about breathing and moving and finding the correct position. Try and make sure this knee is open, your hips are coming forward. That is perfect. So let's come off of the pose. So walk your feet round and then just very gently come in. Let's have a little stretch. There we go. So just bring your feet under your hips now. And we're going to bring the right arm up. Inhale. And then as you exhale, stretch over to the side. Come back to the centre. Let's do the other side. So inhale, the left arm up. As you exhale, come over to the side. Back to the centre. And there we go. So we're going to work our way down to the mats now. And we're going to come back into a box position. We are going to practice some balancing postures. So I'll show you what we're going to do. So we'll start with our right leg. I'm going to take the right leg up. Okay, so make sure you're not taking this leg too far up. Try and make sure you've got the alignment from your head to your toe. You can point your toe down if you like. Now here comes the tricky bit. So you've got your right leg out and now we are going to lift the left arm out. So this is a lovely balancing posture. You'll be engaging your abs here. Your back is working. If you're finding this a struggle, you can just bring your hand back down. If you want a little more, we're going to take the hand and the foot to the diagonal. So you literally just bringing your arm out and your leg out to the side. And then come back to the centre. So when you're moving, that's another challenge for you. I bring your hand back down to the mat. So we're doing the left leg this time now. So make sure your hands, again, are engaged with the mat. Your hands are under your shoulders. Bring the left leg up. If this is enough for you, just stay here. Otherwise, the right arm is coming out now. So you're doing opposite hand to leg. If you're on the wrong leg, doesn't really matter, as long as you're doing opposite hand and arm to leg. So engage the abs as you take the hand and the leg to the diagonal. You get a lovely squeeze in the glutes here as well. Coming back to the centre. Bring your hand down and your leg down, and then we'll come back into child's posture. So just give yourself a little wiggle here. If you can, stretch your hands out in front and put your head on the mat. Otherwise, you can make two fists, placing your head on your fists and just chilling out here. You can take your forehead to the mat, taking your hands to the back of the room. And then we'll come all the way up. This time, bring your knees under your hips. Stretch your arms out and place your forehead on the mat. So you're getting a fantastic stretch all the way under here, under your armpits. It's lovely. You want a nice long spine. Always remember to take your nice long deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. And then we'll come up onto our all fours again. We're going to take our right arm and fiddle it through so you're here. This is a nice twist, lovely twist in the back. Lovely spinal rotation, strengthens your muscles in your back. So let's go the other way, okay? So come back up onto your all fours and then take your other arm through. Okay, so your left arm's coming through and then you stretch your other arm out. Bottoms up high. Come back. And then just come back into that child's pose again. So you've got the options. You can open your knees a little bit. You can take your forehead to the floor. You can make two fists. You can take your forehead to the floor with your hands coming behind. This is a nice resting pose. So you need to feel comfortable when you're resting. So find what suits. Inhale. Come all the way up. Hope you're feeling all right at home. So we're going to do some forward folds. So we'll just bring our legs out in front. Now, if you struggle with forward folds, you can, if you have a block, sit on a block or a cushion. So you would literally take a cushion and sit on the cushion just so it tilts your pelvis forward. Okay, so you can either do that or you can keep your knees bent and you can just come to wherever feels good for you. You can just hold on to the inside of the foot. Just taking in lovely long deep breaths. So you're stretching the entire back side of your body. And this is going to smooth the nervous system. It's going to calm you down. As long as you're not pulling, you should feel calm and steady when doing any yoga posture. So we'll just hold it here. We'll just come off of the pose. And now let's just take the right leg over the left, and I want you to just twist to the side. So you take your left arm and just take a little twist, tiny little twist. So we're massaging our internal organs when we do twists. Always inhale, full yogic breath, and as you exhale, you try to twist a little bit more. Try not to take your head round further than you're actually twisting. I think we all have a habit of, when we twist, we take the neck even further than our body. So just keep the neck nice and relaxed. And we'll change sides. A little shake out. Taking the left leg over the right. Just take a little twist here. Lovely. That's nice. Okay, so we are going to practice a little back posture. So we'll lay back on the mat. Let's bring that out of you take your hands to the side of the body, your palms facing down. Your knees and feet are about hip distance apart. You're going to inhale and you just lift your bottom off the floor. Now that could just be a small amount. You're engaging your back here. When you've had enough, you just come off of the posture, okay? So you come up, obviously you can come up a little higher. Just hold it here. And when you've had enough, come off of the posture, bring your legs up, holding behind your hamstrings, just rock from side to side. So you're just losing the tension that built up there in your back. Okay everyone, and then just place your feet down. We'll take the arms to T shape. And now we'll just allow the legs to come over to the right hand side. If this is too much, your block can sit under the knee, or your cushion could just sit under the knee. This could help if you're getting lower back pain or pain in your hips or your knee. Then inhale. As you exhale, allow the legs to come over to the left hand side. Come back to the centre. And our last posture we're going to practice is we're just going to work a little bit on our core. So I want you to hold behind your leg and just bring yourself up, keeping the elbows bent so you're engaging your own. Be careful of your neck. If you feel like your neck is hurting, you could always take one hand, placing it behind your head, otherwise hold here, and we'll come back down. Nice long deep breath in and out, and we'll try that again. So we're going to come up, hold on to the back of the legs. This time bring it off the right hand. Come back to the leg. Taking off the left hand. Coming back and all the way down. And then just bring the legs up again, rock from side to side. And we're going to lay out in our Savasana posture now. So you're taking a full stretch out. Your palms are facing up. Your feet are hip distance. Just allow the feet to drop out to the side. Make sure that your head's not back, your chin is tucked into your chest. And we're going to go back to that yogic breath, that 3-part breath that we started with. So just inhaling. Tummy raises like a big balloon, the chest expands, you feel the oxygen coming up and under your collarbone, and then you exhale. Just continue with this breath in your own time. Let's do one more deep breath in. bring some movement into our fingers and toes, little wiggle. We can bring our feet up. Now if you've got high blood pressure, I suggest you roll over to the left hand side. Otherwise, come over to the right hand side. Just take a few moments. Then inhale. And come all the way up to a nice seated position. So guys, I hope you enjoyed our lovely beginners yoga practice this morning. If you're enjoying my videos, then please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll look out for tutorials and all the other different little bits and pieces I'm putting on my channel. So it's been lovely to practice with you this morning. You take care. See you soon. Bye.